Okay, we've collected our white oak acorns, and I showed you collecting some acorns in the woods yesterday. And then I actually just went on a little walk around the neighborhood yesterday evening. Nice, cool 1st of October, getting a nice little cool snap, went on a walk, found these beautiful acorns, just had fallen just off the tree, sitting perfectly right on top of the grass. I've got a quarter here for reference. You can see how big these guys are. They're about the width of a quarter. Really nice size white oak acorns. And we're going to show you how to direct seed these right now. White oak acorns germinate fairly quickly because they fall right now, end of September, 1st of October, and they'll actually start germinating now. So we got to get these in the ground today. And I got my tree tube here, got my PVC stake. Going to get a little closer to the planting site, and I'm going to show you how to just start growing some trees right away from some acorns. Okay, here we have our planting site. Nothing special about it. Just kind of out on it's on the edge of a field, just broom sedge and stuff growing up. I'm going to plant this thing with just a hammer. It's going to be an all-in-one tool for us here today. It's going to help us plant our acorn. It's going to drive our stake in, and we're going to be done. Now, kind of the rule of thumb with planting acorns is you want to plant them the planting depth. It's just like planting food plots or something. Every seed has a different planting depth due to the size of the seed and the needs of the planting environment. So, typical rule of thumb, you want to plant 1 to 1.5 times the width of the acorn. This acorn is about the width of my thumb. It's about 3/4 of an inch. So we'd be safe to basically plant this thing, say about an inch, maybe 1.25 inches in the ground. Just going to take my claw hammer. Just going to dig myself a little hole. Acorn in the hole. Cover it up. Kind of just give it a little pack down. You don't have to stomp on it or beat it down. Just kind of stomp on it. Now, if I just left this acorn sitting here in the ground, it may come up, it may not. But one thing that I can guarantee is a squirrel, a mouse, a vole, some kind of rodent is going to find this acorn. These are white oak acorns. They're very sweet, very nutritious, and the wildlife can track them down and find them very quickly. So now it's time to put our tree tube on. Okay, it's time for our tree tube. Probably one of the simplest, if not planting the acorn wasn't simple enough, tree tube installation is about as simple as the acorn planting. PVC stake, 1/2 inch. It's cut at 4 feet in length. We're going to drive it in 1 foot into the ground. Does not take much to get these guys into the ground. And we have not had a lot of rain lately, so this ground's fairly tough, fairly dry, but you get into a really nice planting site, these things go right into the ground really fast. Okay, stake is in the ground. Tree tube, pre-threaded ties. 1 tie, 2 tie. And you want to take your tube, this is where you really want to kind of press it into the ground really good. Make sure you keep those rodents from being able to come and get under your tube. And since you just planted your acorn there, you got a kind of a soft soil, so you can kind of get that tube to really get down on the ground. Tighten up your zip ties. And guys, we got ourselves a white oak tree. Now, guess what else we can do? If I had some herbicide with me, I could immediately herbicide the herbaceous weed control around this tree. Immediately. Go ahead and remove all competition from this area. Go ahead and clean it up. That way when next spring comes around, it'll already have a free and clear area to grow. Great system. You can go ahead and put fertilizer in. You can drop some fertilizer. Obviously it's just an acorn, so when this tree starts germinating, you can put a little bit of fertilizer right down the tube. When the tree gets bigger, you can put it around the tube. You could even put fertilizer down, maybe mix up a little liquid fertilizer, put it right down the PVC tube. Solid, open tube, goes right into the ground. It'll slowly percolate, slow drip fertilize in a sense, right down into your tree's root system because you've driven this thing a foot into the ground. Think about that. It's not going to create shallow rooting because when you fertilize on the top, that fertilizer is sitting very close to the top. It's going to drive those roots up closer to the soil surface, and it's not going to allow those roots to be down deep where it can collect that year-round moisture. It's going to keep those roots up in where that soil dries out really fast at times of dry times. So great system we have here. Tree tube. This is a Tubex tree shelter, Tubex combi tube, PVC stake. Great system to direct seed your plants, buy your seedlings from a nursery, plant them the same way. What I like about this is a child can do this. A child can come out here and you can plant this with a family. It takes no time at all. The kids aren't going to lose interest. You can't tell I'm getting a little excited because fall's coming, acorns are dropping, we're getting into planting season, tree tubes are going on. I'm getting to wear a fleece in the morning, so things are getting pretty good around here. Check it out, tubes, stakes, acorns equal trees.